Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So it's our immense fortune today to have the association of His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhuji. Let us give a brief introduction of Prabhuji since many devotees don't know. So Prabhuji has been sincerely serving the mission of Srila Prabhupada and special master from 2 decades now. He is a Bhaktivedanta Vidyapith teacher also in GEV. And he is a graduate, master's graduate from IISc, a gold medalist also of his batch. And he has studied the entire Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Charitamrita, many Acharyas commentaries. And he is very well known for taking this subject, what he's going to take today for us, of the Vedic cosmology all over the world. Many devotees invite him for these sessions. And he is a very wonderful practitioner. Just one incident I'll tell. I was with Prabhuji and he was asking me which, I was telling him that we are doing Bhakti Vaibhav module 2. Then he asked me which chapter in the 4th canto. Then I said 4th canto, 24th chapter. Immediately he told Rudra. So you can imagine how much, how intense they have read Bhagavatam and so forth. It's our immense fortune for us to associate with such a Vaishnava. So let us welcome Prabhuji to his Shasharakram by one time loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Big introduction. I am not at all worthy of any of those things. It's not 2 decades, 2024 to 2026. I was studying in IISc Bangalore. In 25, I came in touch with ISKCON devotees. Since then I started coming, 2005, started coming to Jagannath Mandir here down below. So we used to come here every Sunday. Then later on, 1 year I was in Chennai. Then in 2007, I came to Bangalore. For 3 years I was here, 2007 to 2010. So every Sunday we used to come to our temple early in the morning. And we used to be here till 4 o'clock. So I ate so many khichdi prasadam plates in this temple. I really owe a lot to this temple. So thank you very much, especially to the temple management for allowing me to be here, to be some service, some seva opportunity. And thank you very much for all of you be here with me today. So I was told that regularly on Sundays, the 2nd canto is being discussed. So today, Prabhuji told me that take any verse and then discuss from there on. So I have taken this verse. This is a very important verse for our today's discussion. Though Prabhuji mentioned about cosmology, I will not be discussing cosmology today, but introduction to cosmology, the creation past. From second and third cantos, we will be discussing the primary and secondary creations by Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma. So this is the basis for getting into cosmology. So today we will discuss this in detail. So for that we will go through this verse. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading Chakalascha. Dravyam karma chakalascha. Swabhavo jiva eva cha. Swabhavo jiva eva cha. Vasudevat paro Brahman. Vasudevat paro Brahman. Nachanyartosti tattvataha. Nachanyartosti tattvataha. Dravyam karma chakalascha. Swabhavo jiva eva cha. Vasudevat paro Brahman. Nachanyartosti tattvataha. Dravyam karma chakalascha. Swabhavo jiva eva cha. Vasudevat paro Brahman. Nachanyartosti tattvataha. Dravyam karma chakalascha. Swabhavo jiva eva cha. Vasudevat paro Brahman. Nachanyo artosti tattvataha. Matajis? Dravyam karma chakalascha. Swabhavo jiva eva cha. Vasudevat paro Brahman. Nachanyartosti tattvataha. Okay. Word to word meaning. Dravyam, the ingredients. Karma, the interaction. Cha, and. Kala, eternal time. Cha, also. Swabhavaha, intuition or nature. Jivaha, the living being. Eva, certainly. Cha, and. Vasudevat, from Lord Vasudeva. Paraha, differentiated parts. Brahman, O Brahmana. Na, never. Cha, also. Anyaha, separate. Arthaha, value. Asti, there is. Tattvataha, in truth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. The five elementary ingredients of creation, the interaction thereof, set up by eternal time, and the intuition or nature of individual living beings are all differentiated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead Vasudeva. And in truth, there is no other value in them. Purport. The phenomenal world is impersonally the representation of Vasudeva because the ingredients of its creation, their interaction and enjoyer of the resultant action, the living being, are all produced by the external and internal energies of Lord Krishna. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, text number 4 and 5, the Bhumi, Rapo, Nalavayu, etc. The ingredients, namely earth, water, fire, air, ether, as well as the conception of material identity, intelligence and mind, are produced of the external energy of the Supreme Lord. The living entity who enjoys the interaction of the above gross and subtle ingredients as set up by eternal time is an offshoot of internal potency, with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. Tatasa Shakti. In the material world, the living entity is enticed by deluding nescience. But in the spiritual world, he is in normal condition of spiritual existence without any delusion. The living entity is known as the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord, but in all circumstances neither the material ingredients nor the spiritual parts and parcels are independent of the personality of Godhead Vasudeva. For all things, whether products of the external, internal or marginal potency of the Supreme Lord, are simply display of the same effulgence of the Supreme Lord. Just as light, heat and smoke are display of fire. None of them are separate from the fire. All of them combine together to be called fire. Similarly, all phenomenal manifestations as well as the effulgence of the body of Lord Vasudeva are his impersonal features, whereas he eternally exists in his transcendental form called Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Brahma Samhita 5.1. Ishvara Paramakrishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Distinct from all conceptions of material ingredients mentioned above. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadameyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Be'evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees to today morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 5, text number 14. That is the basis for our discussion. So from there on we will continue with our discussion. So we will be trying to cover two topics today. One is Sarga, the primary creation, and Visarga, the secondary creation. So here Sarga means the primary creation of the universe is by Lord Mahavishnu. So the discussion begins, to be more precise, in the third canto by an inquiry made by Vidura. Of course, in the second canto, Parikshit Maharaj asks Srila Sukadeva Goswami. The reason is, at the end of the first canto, Parikshit Maharaj asked, please tell me what is the ultimate sadhya and what is the sadhana by which one can attain that ultimate sadhya, and especially a person like me who is about to die. Please tell me that. As an answer to that, Srila Sukadeva Goswami in the second canto, in the beginning 3 chapters, he says, the ultimate sadhya is attaining shelter at the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. The best sadhana to attain this is bhakti. And that bhakti contains Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So Parikshit Maharaj, thoda gabra ho gaye. See, I only have 7 days. Don't tell me so many things. Please tell me one thing which I can do, which is best suited to me. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, for you, I recommend Shravanam. Pibantiye Bhagavata Atmanam Satam Katamrutam Shravana Puteshu Samrutam Punantite Vishaya Vidushitashayam Vrajanti Tatcharana Saroru Ankitam. I recommend you Shravanam. Here Bhagavat Katha. Okay, thank you, sir. You have told me to do Shravanam. If I have to do Shravanam, someone should speak. So why don't you take up that responsibility, speaking Bhagavatam? So Harikatha contains multi-faced pastimes. Lord Vishnu and he is Ananta. He had Ananta Leela. So Parikshit Maharaj says, to start with, you speak the pastimes of Purushawataras, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Srishti Leela. That is the inquiry Parikshit Maharaj makes at the beginning of the 4th chapter. As an answer to that, Sukadeva Goswami takes the conversation that took place at the beginning of the day of Brahma between Lord Brahma and Narada Muni, wherein Narada Muni also asks a similar inquiry, similar question to Lord Brahma. Please tell me how this universe has been manifested from the Supreme Lord. As an answer to that question, Lord Brahma is explaining briefly the creation in the second canto, chapter 5 and chapter 6. A similar inquiry is made by Vidura in the third canto, chapter 5, wherein he asks that Sukaya karmani karoti loke nate sukam vanayad uparamamba vindeta bhuyat atatayeva dukkam yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadenna. The question is, in this material world, the people undertake various activities for 2 purposes. One is to mitigate their current misery and to get some new happiness. But unfortunately, this material world, any activity we undertake, it neither mitigates our current misery nor gives us new happiness. Instead, it adds on to the current misery, new set of miseries. So Vidura asked the question, please tell me what is the reason for this and what is the remedy for this. Why this middle world is like this and how one can become freed from this situation. That is the inquiry. Please speak about the creation of the universe of happiness and suffering, the dualities, for which Srila Maitreya will answer explaining the creation pastimes, which Srila Sukadeva Goswami defined in the 10th chapter. Because In the 8th chapter of 2nd canto, first of all, Parikshit Maharaj made an inquiry. Sukadeva Goswami gave answer in 2.5 chapters. Chapter 1, 2 and 3rd, first 11 shlokas. Then Parikshit Maharaj asked, please speak about the creation pastimes. In next 2-3 past chapters, chapter 5, 6, 7, Lord Brahma speaks about the creation pastimes in summary, and he also talks about the Leela Avtaras briefly in the 8th, 7th chapter. And Parikshit Maharaj getting shaken. I have 7 days. You don't speak quickly. Speak slowly. Because Sukadeva Goswami very well known for one activity. He does not stay at the house of Grihastha not more than the time required to milk a cow. Sago dohana matramihi griheshu gruhamedinam. Avekshate mahabhaga tirthakurvam tadashraya. Traditionally, it is considered that it is actually practiced. The cow has 4 nipples. The milk from 2 nipples is meant for the calf, and the milk from other 2 nipples is meant for the human beings. If you take any other living entity, if they have n number of nipples, they give birth to n by 2 number of children. Any species you take, only mother cow has 4 nipples but generally gives birth to only one child, because the milk from the other 2 nipples is meant for human beings. That's why it is said, Sago dohana matramihi. Only the time required to milk the 2 nipples of a cow, he would stay at the place of a householder. So Sukadeva Goswami is ready to get out from that place. So Parikshit Maharaj had to keep him for the next 7 days. So in the 8th chapter he asked so many questions. 25 questions he asks. So that he can stay. And at the end he says that, please speak the answer to all these questions and speak answer to other questions which I have not asked, if it is related to Krishna. That means continue to speak Krishna Katha till the next 7 days. For which Sukadeva Goswami says, the answer to all your questions is Srimad Bhagavatam, which was originally spoken by Lord Narayana to Brahma. Brahma spoke the same Bhagavatam to Narada Muni. Narada Muni spoke the same Bhagavatam to Srila Vyasadeva. Srila Vyasadeva compiled the same Bhagavatam known as Srimad Bhagavatam book, and then he spoke the same Bhagavatam to me. Now I will speak the same Bhagavatam to you. And that Bhagavatam contains 10 topics. Atra Sarga, Visargacha, Sthanam, Poshanam, Motaya, etc. So in that the first topic is Sarga. So Sarga is explained in detail by Maitreya Rishi in the 3rd canto. And that Sarga is defined by Sukadeva Goswami as Bhuta Matrendriya Diyam Janma Sarga Udaharatam Brahmano Guna Vaishamyad. The meaning is, Mahavishnu, by glancing upon Prakriti, produced 24 elements. And again by glancing upon those 24 elements, he combined those 24 elements, manifested unlimited Brahmandas. Then, entering into each and every Brahmanda as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, using the same 24 elements, he manifested the gross universal form known as Vairaja, which appears in the form of the lotus within the universe, and he also manifested the subtle universal form known as Hiranyagarbha, which will take care of the maintenance of the entire universe throughout the creation. This entire thing is called Sarga, or primary creation, which is done by Mahavishnu and also Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Creation of the totality of matter with elements manifesting from Prakriti by Lord Mahavishnu's glance upon Pradhana. This is in brief. So today we are going to unzip this one particular phrase. So our discussion begins with the same verse. Dravyam karmacha kalascha swabhavo jiva evacha Vasudevat paro brahman na chanyartosti tattvataha. In reality, the entire material creation is made up of 5 tattvas. And these 5 tattvas are non-different from Lord Vasudeva. What are the 5 tattvas? Dravya, Karma, Kala, Swabhava and Jiva. Okay? What do you mean by Dravya? Dravya means the 24 elements are the substance of matter which acts as the Upadana Karana. That means material cause. Then Kala, the agitator of the 3 modes of material nature, which acts as the Nimitta Karana, means the efficient cause. In the summer, we use matka to keep water. The matka is made with the help of both Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana. The Upadana Karana is the mud. The Nimitta Karana is the potter. The potter who transforms the mud into a pot which can carry the water. So in that way. So Kala is the Nimitta Karana or the efficient cause, and Dravya, the 24 elements are the Upadana Karana. Actually, not 24 elements. The source of 24 elements is the Upadana Karana. Then next, Jiva is the living entity who want to enjoy separate from the Supreme Lord. And every Jiva has 2 properties with them. One is Swabhava, other one is Karma. Karma is, we can understand, karma is nothing but all our activities. Their subsequent reaction. And Swabhava is each and every Jiva's individual nature. Jai Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai. So in Bhagavad Gita chapter 17, Lord Krishna gives a definition of Swabhava. Shraddho Maya Ayam Purusha. Every living entity is made up of a particular Shraddha, particular value system, particular belief system that makes our Swabhava. That is our unique nature. So that Swabhava is indicated here. So the universe is made up of both Maya and the Jiva. So Maya possesses Dravya and Kala, Jiva possesses Kala and Swabhava, Karma and Swabhava. These are 2 different energies of the Supreme Lord, Bahiranga Shakti and Tatastha Shakti. So now let us get into the subject matter. Lord Krishna, for the purpose of manifesting the material creation, expands himself as Mahavishnu, the first Purusha. Who reclines on the bed of Ananta in a river known as Viraja. We can also call it as Karana Sagara, Kazal Ocean. Different names are there, but it is basically Viraja Nadi. Pradana Paravam Yomnor Antare Viraja Nadi. Vedanga Sweda Janita Toyai Prastavita Shubha. What is this Viraja Nadi? Viraja Nadi is made by the Sweda of Veda personified. We have so many Vedic literatures. All Vedic literatures are having a personified form. And the source of all Veda personified form is Lord himself. And Lord also called as Veda Purusha. And from his transcendental body the sweat comes. That sweat is manifest in the form of Viraja Nadi. In that Viraja Nadi is sleeping. How long he is sleeping? How long he is sleeping there? From the previous destruction of the material universes, material creation, till now. It is about 100 years of Lord Brahma, he was in sleep, during which there was no desire to creation. Then the desire to create appeared in the heart of Mahavishnu. Eko nanatvam anvichan Yoga Talpa Samutita. While he was sleeping in Yoga Talpa, the bed of Yoga Nidra, the desire to create appeared. Brahma Samhita, we have so many shlokas explaining that Yak Karanarnava Jale Bhajatisma Yoga Nidra Mananta Jagadanda Smaroma Kupa Adara Shakti Mavalambe Paras Murtim Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So then we also see in the Brahma Samhita Yashvaita Nisvasita Kala Matavalambyo Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadanda Nata Vishnur Mahan Sayesya Kala Vishesho Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So the meaning of these verses, now let us see. So, when Mahavishnu wanted to create the material universes, first of all, Dravya, out of the five tattvas, Dravya, who is none other than Mahamaya. She has different names. She is called as Pradhana, Prakriti, Avyakta, Nitya, Gunamaya, Mahakali, Dravya, etc. etc. But generally we call her as Mahamaya. So during the time of destruction, Mahamaya was taking rest within the body of Karmadaksha Vishnu. When Mahavishnu developed a desire to create, Mahamaya comes out of the skin pores of Mahavishnu. Though in Brahma Samhita we read that when Mahavishnu breathes out, all the universes will come out of his skin pores. That is, the entire creation phenomena is explained in one line. But actually there are so many details. What comes out of Mahavishnu's skin pores is not the Brahmandas, not the universes, but Pradhana or Dravya. So she is standing in front of Mahavishnu. So she is called Dravya, Prakriti or Mahakali or Shakti Tattva, whatever. Then Mahavishnu glances upon that Dravya, which is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadamyaham Sambhava Sarva Bhutanam Tato Bhavati Bharata, which is also explained in Brahma Samhita 5.8. So where by glancing upon Dravya, Mahavishnu impregnates Davya with Kala Shakti and Jiva Shakti. Actually, with Jiva Shakti. As you read here, Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadameham. So Mahavishnu impregnates Dravya with Garbha. Garbha means Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha means the combination of all the living entities who are going to take birth and perform various activities in this material world. So here, one interesting phenomena happens. So Dravya appeared from the skin pores and the remaining four tattvas out of five, Kala, Karma, Swabhava and Jiva. These four are coming out of Mahavishnu's glands and they are about to enter into the womb of Dravya. But before entering, the Kala Shakti transforms himself into Mahakala Purusha, whom we call as Sadashiva or Shambhu Tattva. And scriptures say that it is by the interaction of Mahakala Purusha and Mahakali or Sadashiva and Prakriti, the whole creation is manifested. That's why Mahakali is considered to be the mother, Sadashiva is considered to be the father of the entire material creation. So now, by the interaction of Kala, Karma, Swabhava with Dravya, the creation is going to begin. So how does it happen? According to Bhagavatam, Karnodakshaya Vishnu is glancing upon Pradhana. Pradhana and Dravya both are same only. Pradhana is made up of three modes, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. They are in equilibrium or inactive state. And when Mahavishnu glances, Kala, Karma, Swabhava enters into the womb of Pradhana, which is made up of three modes. So by the interaction of Kala, Karma, Swabhava with the three modes one by one starts become activated. When mode of goodness activated, there appears Mahatattva. When the mode of passion becomes activated, there appears Sutra Tattva. When mode of ignorance becomes activated, there appears Ahankara. Now three modes are active. And now from Ahankara, there are three transformations. Ahankara in the mode of Sattvaguna, Ahankara in the mode of Rajoguna, Ahankara in the mode of Tamoguna. From them appears the various other elements, the mind, intelligence, pranas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, 5 panchamahabhutas and 5 tanmatras, etc. The same creation we'll try to understand with the help of a plant. How do you get a plant? From seed. There is a seed, you sow the seed. Here, the seed is compared to pradhana. Sowing the seed is compared to Mahavishnu glancing upon pradhana. So when you sow the seed, in 1 or 2 days, what happens? There is a small sprout comes out of the seed. That sprout is compared to Mahatattva. And eventually, that sprout will into the root of the tree, which you will never see. The root always remains under the and by the appearance of the Vayu, the function of breathing is established. All of us, as soon as a living entity comes out of the mother's womb, we start breathing and will continue to breathe till the time of our lifespan is there. This is the function of Vayu. Just like Brahma lives for 100 years, Vayu also lives for 100 years. Okay? And then, what happened? Sapling came. Eventually, that sapling will transform into the trunk of the tree. That trunk is Ahankara. Ahankara means identity, our Astitva. Anybody asks us, who are you? We have so many things to introduce ourselves. I am so and so, I am so this, I am that, I am this, I am that. So many things. These are all manifestation of Ahankara. They talk about our Astitva in this material world. Normally a tree will be known based on its trunk. As long as the trunk is stable, the tree will have its existence. When the trunk is gone, when the trunk becomes weak, it will have no more existence. As long as our identity is proper, we can remain in this world. So that is how important it is. And then, from this trunk, there comes 3 branches. One is Sattva-guni Ahankara branch, Rajoguni Ahankara branch, Tamoguni Ahankara branch. But before that, along with Ahankara, there appears Rudra, the 11 Rudras. One among them is Shiva, who stays in Kailash. So they are the deities of Ahankara. So, from Sattva-guni Ahankara branch, consisting of Jnana Shakti, there appears mind and 10 Devatas, who will supervise the activities of 10 senses. They appear. From Rajoguni Ahankara branch, consisting of Kriya Shakti, there appears 5 Jnanendriyas along with their supervisor, Buddhi, intelligence. The 5 Jnanendriyas always accompany along with their supervisor, that is Buddhi. They cannot be separated. And then 5 Karmendriyas along with their supervisor, the 10 Pranas. In our body, we have 10 Pranas. Prana, Apana, Samana, Vyana, Udana, Kruka, Naga, Devadatta, Dhananjaya, etc. There are 10 pranas. These 10 pranas appear along with the 5 karmendriyas. They are the supervisors of the karmendriyas. They made their appearance from Rajasic Ahankara branch. And then from Tamasic Ahankara branch, there appears first sound. As soon as the sound manifested, for the sound to go from one place to other place, there should be a via medium. The via medium for the sound to go from one place to other place is ether. Ether appeared. Then from ether, touch sensation appeared. Similarly, for the touch sensation to go from one place to other place, the via medium is air. Air appeared. Then form appeared. For the form to go from one place to other place, the via medium is light. So light appeared in the form of fire. Then taste. For the taste to go from one place to other place, the via medium is water. Water appeared. Finally, fragrance. The via medium is earth. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Akash, vayu, agni, jal or prithvi. All these elements appeared one after the other. So, along with man, that is mind, Soma appeared as its deity. Along with Buddhi, Brahma made his appearance as Jivatattva. Previously, along with Mahatattva, Brahma appeared as Gunavatara. Here, Brahma made his appearance as Jivatattva. So, in this way, in total, all the 24 elements appeared. So, these three are considered to be branches, and these elements are considered to be the twigs, leaves, flowers, and fruits of a entire plant. So, this is how Bhagavatam helps us understand how these 24 elements appeared with the help of a plant. So here we have 5 grass elements. These are their respective properties: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And we experience these 5 Tanmatras with the help of our 5 Jnanendriyas. And the function of these 5 Jnanendriyas is under the supervision of these 5 Devatas. Dik Devatas, Vayu, Surya, Varuna and Ashwini Kumaras. Similarly, we have 5 Karmendriyas. Their activities are under the supervision of these 5 Devatas. Agni, Indra, Upendra, Mrityu and Mitra, Prajapati, Daksha. And then these 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas put together are generally known as Bahya Karanas. The 10 external senses which are directly interacting with the external world, the entire world that is in front of us. That's why they are called Bahya Karanas. And there are 4 internal senses which are within our heart: Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana. And they are called as Antakaranas. They interact with the external world with the help of external senses. They don't interact with the external world directly. That's why they are called as Antahakaranas. And their devatas are Chandra, Brahma, Rudra, and Kshurodaksha Vishnu are Brahma as Gunavatara, is the deity for Chitta or Chetana. Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana. So this is how 24 elements and 14 devatas manifested by glancing upon Prakriti. Okay? Here, with these 5 elements, our grass body is formed. Our grass body is formed by these 5 grass elements. And our subtle body is formed by 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, and 4 Antakaranas, plus Prana. They make our subtle body. Though in Bhagavad Gita we hear that our grass body is made up of 5 grass elements, subtle body is made up of Man, Buddhi, Ahankara. That much only we hear from Bhagavad Gita. But when you come to Bhagavatam, we understand in more detail. Out of 24 elements, the 5 grass elements along with their 5 properties, they make our grass body. The 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 4 Antakaranas plus the Pranas make our subtle body. When we leave this grass body at the time of death, we are leaving behind the 5 Panchamahabhutas along with their 5 properties. But the Atma goes along with Prana and 4 Antakaranas, 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. They will be taken to the next grass body. So this is the distinction between both of them. Okay, there are some technical details about interaction between them and all. We'll not get into all those things. So now, we are a person made up of the same 24 material elements. The entire world in front of us is also made up of same 24 elements. And each one of you who are sitting in front of me, or this temple hall, which is an object, every object in this world, from the external point of view, it is made up of 5 gross elements. And every gross element has its own property. The properties are Rupa, Shabda, Gandha, Sparsha and Rasa. So the object is there. It has got those 5 properties. And I am here, consisting of 5 Jnanendriyas. How am I getting this information from the object to me? It is with the help of 5 Panchamahabhutas. The same Panchamahabhutas are manifesting the form of a object. The same Panchamahabhutas are carrying the information from the object to me. So, for example, in this room, all of you are sitting in front of me and I am here. I have my eyes here. All of you have a particular form. I can only see all of you only if there is light. If there is no light, whatever physical form that you have, that information will never reach to my eyes. Or that fan is producing some noise, some sound. That will only come to me only if there is a ether between both of us. Otherwise it will not come. So, like that. So, these are the devatas, these are the 5 gross elements. With the help of them, the information is coming from here to my 5 Jnanendriyas. And there are 2 divisions in my senses. There is something called as gross sense organ, there is something called as subtle sense organ. The body, which is made up of 5 gross elements, earth, water, fire, ether, also contains the gross component of each and every sense. For example, the eyeball which I have, it is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. In Sanskrit, it is called as Akshni. This Akshni, the eyeball, which is an instrument with which I am seeing, it is part of the gross body. When this eyeball gets the information from all of you, that form will reflect on this eyeball. That information will be transferred from this eyeball to my heart. The transferring mechanism is called as subtle sense organ. That is Jnanendriya. This gross eye is not the Jnanendriya. That mechanism by which the information is transferred from the eyeball to my heart, where buddhi is there, that system is called as Jnanendriya. So kindly never make a mistake that. So we have a nostril here, and we have eyes here, we have ears here, and we have skin here, and what is the 5th one? Tongue. These are not the senses. These are all part of gross body. But there is a subtle mechanism which is carrying that information from tongue to our heart, ears to our heart, the nostril to our heart, the eyes to our heart. They are known as 5 Jnanendriyas. And the Jnanendriya connected to eyes is called as Chakshu. The Jnanendriya connected to our ears, the gross ear is Karna. The subtle ear is Shrotram. And the gross nostril is Nasika, which Lakshmana cuts. That's why the place became known as Nasik. But the subtle sense organ is Ghrana, which transfers the information from our nostril to heart. And this outer skin is known as Charma. But the subtle sense organ which carrying the information from this outer skin to my heart is Tvak. So, like that. The outer skinny tongue, that is called as Talu. But the sense which is carrying the information from the skinny tongue to my heart is called Jihva. Jihva is not the skinny tongue. Jihva is the subtle tongue. This skinny wala is talu. So this is the information we should understand from Bhagavatam. We should be careful about it. What is what? So now what's happening? Every object possesses 5 qualities, the 5 tanmatras. They are carried from the object to our external body with the help of Pancha Mahabhutas, and they will be received by our grass sense organ. From the grass sense organ to our heart, the information is carried by our Jnanendriyas. This is how we interact with the world that is in front of us. So now, we have our grass body, which is the field of activities. We have external world here. From that, we receive information through the help of 5 Jnanendriyas. Then Buddhi will analyze. It is Buddhi will tell what is what. So when I see all of you, it is my intelligence will tell us. So this devotee is wearing white kurta, this devotee is wearing a black checks shirt, and like that different people are wearing different colored clothes. That information will be analyzed and informed by my Buddhi. And then, based on my experience, when I see something, I may like something, I may not like something. Whatever experience I go through, that experience is stored in the mind. Mind is the storehouse of all experiences that we go through. It is a go down. Okay? And he is the personal assistant of Ahankara. Here Ahankara is the experiencer. Why Ahankara is the experiencer, we will discuss later on. I will show why it is. Right now, the understanding is, when somebody asks us, don't think like a devotee, think like a normal human being. Okay? When somebody asks, who are you? What is the first thing that comes out? I am a human being. Yes, that is our first identity. You said, I am? आपने क्या बोला? हाँ. The name comes later on. Name, parents, place, education, qualification, and employment, all these things, designation, they come later. The first designation is, I am human being. As a human being, we say that I deserve this. I am entitled to get this. Something like that. That is our Ahankara. As a human being, I possess my eyes. I deserve to see things in front of me. As a human being, I possess my tongue. I deserve to eat whatever I want. Yes or no? So that is Ahankara. Ahankara is the experiencer. The experience is saved in the mind. And whenever Ahankara says, when it gets some experience, it says very good. Then Ahankara says, I want more. Like for example, after this class, we all will stand in the prasadam line, and the prasadam is served, and in that prasadam there may be 3-4 items. One item may be very nice, other item may be not so nice. Okay? The Ahankara will tell, ye acha hai, take some more. And Ahankara will tell, this is not good, don't take. So then what Ahankara will tell? Ahankara will order the mind, hey mind, I want more. Something like that. Then mind will order the pranas, 10 pranas. And the 10 pranas will activate the 5 karmendriyas. So currently, we have already first serving is done. We are sitting somewhere and we ate prasadam. That is done. And the Ahankara will tell, I want more khichdi, I want more halwa, something like that. The 10 pranas are instigating the 5 karmendriyas to perform the necessary activity so that Ahankara can have more experience, more khichdi and more halwa. Then how? The pranas will tell the 5 karmendriyas, hey legs, get up and walk all the way to the prasadam table. The legs will walk, and then the hands will keep the plate ahead, and the mouth will start speaking. So give me more khichdi. And when there is another item next to the khichdi, he is going to serve. But Ahankara does not want it. The mouth will tell, no, I don't want this. So like that. So the 5 karmendriyas perform necessary activities. in this way. So like that, we have experiences in this world, more and more, more and more. So this is how our subtle body takes the help of the gross body and performs various activities. We have external world, we interact with the external world with the help of the gross body, which is performed by the subtle body and subtle body mein here what all there? 5 Jnanendriyas, Buddhi, mind, Ahankara, mind, Pranas, Karmendra, these are all there in subtle body. One thing is missing, that is chitta. Now, one interesting information, Ahankara is produced from Tamoguna. Mind is produced from Sattvaguna. Intelligence and senses are produced from Rajoguna. The gross elements are produced from Tamoguna, etc. So when you say Sattvaguna or Rajoguna or Tamoguna, the normal understanding is it is the predominating guna. When you say Sattvaguna, Sattvaguna is about 80%, Rajoguna 10%, Tamoguna 10%. So like that. It is not pure Sattvaguna. It is always combination of other gunas, but whichever is prominent we call with that name. The 23 elements are the combination of all the elements, but some of them are prominently with some other element, one of the 3 elements. But there is only one element out of 24 elements which is made up of completely Sattvaguna, that is chitta. It is an element produced from Shuddha Sattva. Okay? It is only by chitta there is a connection between Atma and the gross and subtle bodies. It is chitta which connects ourself at the Atma with our gross body and subtle body. So this is the interface via medium. And then superior to soul we have super soul also. So normally this is the hierarchy. The external world, gross body, subtle body, chitta, spirit soul, super soul. That hierarchy in any organization is there, na? So soul supposed to report to super soul, chitta supposed to report to soul, subtle body supposed to report to chitta, like that. They will guide and the subsequent people will work accordingly. But unfortunately in our conditioned state, this is the hierarchy. The subtle body has become the super boss. So who is the head of the subtle body? Ahankara. Ahankara possesses 2 qualities. One is para abhidhyana and kartutvam, which is called as ishatvam. In reality, the Supreme Lord is the Isha. Okay? And for our material body, at least Jivatma is supposed to be the Isha. Kshetrajna we say na? Idam shariram kaunteya. Kshetram iti abhidiyate. So then, the knower of this Kshetra is the Kshetrajna. Jivatma is the Kshetrajna. It is supposed to be like that. But as of now, we don't identify ourselves as Atma. As long as the Atma is in this human body, we identify ourselves as a human being. When the soul transmigrates into a new body, in a bird or a beast or in a devata or anyone, then we identify ourselves as devata or animal or bird or whatever. So, what is our current status? I am a human being. But that is not our real status. That's why it is called para abhidhyanena. We are something, but we are identifying ourselves with something else. That's why Ahankara has become the boss. And Chitta has become dormant. Coming? Yeah. That's why currently Ahankara has taken the superior position. It is Ahankara which is driving all of us. That's why In Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, when all of we study Bhakti Shastri, NOD, there is one phrase Srila Prabhupada continuously uses. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi Shravanadi Shruddha Chitta Karoi Uday. Here one word is used, Shuddha Chitta. As of now, Shuddha Chitta is dormant within our heart. It has no powers to exercise its free will. It has become so weak, so weak. But when we perform Shravanam, Kirtanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanidam, etc. Bhakti, the Chitta becomes powerful. Chitta can guide Ahankara. As of now, Chitta is completely controlled by Ahankara. That's why in every activity of ours, we always perform all our activities based on our current identity. We don't perform our activities based on our actual identity because Chitta is weak. And Bhagavad Gita, introduction, Srila Prabhupada says that Bhagavad Gita is teaching us 5 things. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Now, Karma means action, and action is performed by this body, and this body is made up of 24 material elements. Then total how many elements are there? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and 24 elements. Total there are 28 elements. That is Bhagavad Sankhya. Bhagavatam 3rd canto, you will get to know about it. So now, with the help of Buddhi, we will be able to understand about the 23 elements. Ahankara, Buddhi, mind, Pancha Mahabhutas, 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 5 Tanmatras. Any knowledge about these 23 elements we get from Buddhi. Buddhi by definition it is called as Dravya Spurana Vijnanam, which helps us understand the nature of the Dravya, primarily the 23 elements. It is with the help of Chitta we can understand about the remaining 5 elements. Chitta itself, and then Kala, Prakriti, Jiva and Ishvara. If at all we want to know anything about Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and Chitta itself, we need to depend upon Chitta. If at all we need to understand anything about the 23 elements, we need to take the help of Buddhi. This is how both Buddhi and Chitta will perform their necessary activities so that we become aware of whatever we want to become aware. People in general, they want to know only about the material world. That's why only their Buddhi is in action. Their Chitta is not in action. Chitta is dormant. Because they never make an inquiry to understand about who the Supreme Lord is, what the Jivatma is, and what the Prakriti and what the Kala, all these things don't mind. It's okay, or I know, sexually Kala. So their Chitta is completely not utilized, in dormant state. But only devotees or other practitioners of any sadhana, such as Nishkama, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, they are only trying to awaken the Chitta so that they will be able to understand Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti and Kala. Because they are all transcendental to 3 modes. If we want to know something about something which is within 3 modes, we can take help of something which is in 3 modes. The mind, intelligence, they are all within 3 modes only. We can take their help and we can understand about anything in the 3 modes. But if you want to know something which is beyond 3 modes, we can never know about something beyond 3 modes with an object which is in 3 modes. It is not at all possible. There is only one element which is on the borderline, which is made up of completely Shuddha Sattva, that can help us understand those objects which are beyond three modes. That's why whatever bhakti that we are performing, it is all to purify our chitta, to awaken our chitta, to strengthen our chitta. Every day morning we recite Chaitanya Shishtastakam. What do we say? Cheto Darpana Marjanam. That the mirror like chitta is covered by so much dust. We need to remove that dust so that the mirror becomes crystal clear. So that the mirror can show us Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, etc. So it is like that. What is the means by which the dust can be removed? Shravanadi Chuddha Chitta. By Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, etc., the chitta becomes Shuddha Chitta. Then it can help us understand about the Supreme Lord. Then, again, Hare Krishna, what happened? The same hierarchy is maintained. So, it is like that. So, this is some science behind all these elements, how they are acting, etc. etc. So, we will not get into all those things. So, fine. Now, let us come back to the same storyline, the creation. It's coming? Yeah. So, Mahavishnu glanced upon Pradhana, and Pradhana produced 24 elements and 14 Devatas. And Devatas are all praying to Mahavishnu. Hey Lord, you have created us, but we don't know what to do. You must be having some purpose in creating us. You must be having some desire to fulfill. So please give us that knowledge, please empower us, and please engage us in your service so that we can fulfill your desire. So when the elements have prayed to Lord Mahavishnu, all the 14 Devatas prayed to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu entered into each and every element as Bibrush Shakti, cohesive energy, by which he combined all the 24 elements. And from that combination, there appeared unlimited Brahmandas. So it is like all our Matajis in the kitchen. In Bombay, I give this example of making tepla. For making tepla, you take atta, the wheat flour, you take haldi powder, you take jeera, you take rai, kotimira, dhania, and everything. And you put some water, some oil, some ghee, you mix, you prepare a dough for 2 kilograms. And from the dough, you prepare small balls. And one ball become one tepla. So something like that. All the 24 elements came together. From that combination, there appeared unlimited Brahmandas, crores of Brahmandas. And all the Brahmandas are nothing but empty shells. They are like Pani Puri. Inside it is empty, but outside there is only covering. So it is like that. So they are all floating in the Karana ocean. The same Karana ocean where Mahavishnu lying, in the same Karana ocean each and every Brahmanda is floating. And after some time, the same Mahavishnu, who seeing all these Brahmandas floating lifelessly, in order to continue the process of creation, Mahavishnu expands into equal number of Garbhodakshaya Vishnus. And one Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into one universe. And this is our universe. And this is the Brahmanda which was floating in the same Karana ocean, like this ball. Inside is all empty. Inside is all completely darkness. And Mahavishnu, expanding himself as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, entered into our universe. And this shell is made up of 7 layers: earth, water, fire, ether, ahankara and mahatattva, etc. As soon as he entered, it was dark everywhere. Kya chal raha hai idhar? So he was feeling bored. He wanted to take some rest. So he created water from his own transcendental body that occupied the lower half of the universe. Then he created ether and air in the upper half of the universe. Then he entered into the deep inside the Garbhodaka ocean and began to take rest there. So Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is taking rest deep inside the Garbhodaka ocean, at the bottom of the Garbhodaka ocean. Okay? And he took some rest. Then he remembered why I came here. I came here to further the creation. Then Garbhodaksha Vishnu, in order to further the creation, the only activity Vishnu does is only glancing. Mahavishnu glanced upon Prakriti. Garbhodaksha Vishnu glanced upon his own abdomen. This is how he is glancing upon his own abdomen. When he glances, from his navel comes a beautiful lotus. From navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, there appears a beautiful lotus. This lotus is called as Vairaja, the gross universal form. Still it is not able to do anything, remain inactive. Then the same Garbhodaksha Vishnu expanded himself as Kshirodaksha Vishnu, entered into this lotus as its Paramatma. Then on top of the lotus there appeared Chaturmukha Brahma. Of course, when he appeared with one mukha only, with one head only. So Brahma appeared on top of that and he is finding out, who am I? Where am I? What is this lotus? Where from I came? Where from this lotus came? He wanted to know. He suddenly wanted to see in all directions like this. So as he was looking like this, he next head manifested. When he looked behind, one more head manifested. When he looked this side, one head manifested. Like that the four heads manifested so that he can see in four directions simultaneously. He saw everywhere, there was nothing. So what he saw is only darkness. Not darkness, there is some light also because lotus is there, the lotus is giving some light. The lotus flower and the water below the lotus. And there is huge wind which is making the lotus turbulent, etc. So Lord Brahma was worried, hey, what's happening here? Why this lotus is seen here and so many things are happening? So Brahma appeared on top of that and then he hears two letters, Tha and Pa, for 2 times. Then he understood he need to perform tapasya. He performed tapasya for 1000 celestial years. As a result of that, he had darshan of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Then he offered wonderful prayers. He was empowered by Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. What he is supposed to do afterwards? So, being empowered by Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, then again Brahma performs some more tapasya. Afterwards, Brahma divides this lotus into 3 divisions: Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka. Then he was thinking for a while, this big universe, only 3 divisions? Let there be more divisions so that let there be more variety of living entities in this universe. Then he further divided the 3 into 14. And they are known as Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala and Patala. Just like in our South Indian temples, Sri Vaishnava temples, every temple has got a Pushkarani. In that there are so many lotus plants over there. So every lotus plant has a beautiful lotus leaf, and from the middle of that there is a stem and there is a beautiful flower at the top. Same way here. The leaf is called as Bhuloka or Bhumandala. The upper surface of the leaf, that is considered to be the Bhuloka. And the stem portion is considered to be Bhuloka and Swargaloka. The flower is considered to be the Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. And now, inside this leaf, there are 7 tunnels. There are 7. They are called in Sanskrit as Bill. In those 7 tunnels, there are 7 different lokas: Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala and Patala. That's why they are called as Bila Swargas. Swarga by definition it is a place of opulences. And Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka, they are called as Divya Swarga. And these 7 lower planetary systems are called as Bhila Swargas, because they are inside the Bila, and by the way, they are also opulent. That's why they are called as Bila Swargas. They are 7 tunnels inside the Bhumandala. So, like that. So, Lord Brahma made these divisions, and eventually he also made many subdivisions within each and every division, so that different variety of living entities can reside in different abodes. In all these different abodes, different variety of living entities can reside. Just brief information. All the great sages about whom we hear in Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata, the sages such as Bhrigu, Vasishta, Pulaha, Atri, Chatushkumara, Narada, etc., they all reside in Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Here, they do not require any sunlight. Their daytime is equal to the day of Lord Brahma. Their daytime is equal to 1000 Chaturyugas. This is the abode of self-realized great sages. And the Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka, they are mainly meant for different variety of devatas. There are in total 8 category of devatas, or 8 category of superhuman beings. First category are the principal devatas, which are consisting of 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, 2 Ashwinis, 49 Marus, 49 Agni Devatas, etc. etc. The 13 Vishwa Devatas, like that, all these variety of Devatas, they all stay in the Svargaloka. Then Upadevatas stay in the Bhuvarloka. Who are the Upadevatas? Sadhyas and Pitrus, the second category. They stay in the moon planet, Sadhyas and Pitrus. And then Gandharvas, Apsaras, third category. Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, fourth category. Siddha Charana Vidyadharas, fifth category. Yaksha Rakshasas, sixth category. Bhuta Preta Pishashas, seventh category. All these people stay in the Bhuvarloka. Bhuvarloka is the residence of Bhuta Preta Pishashas, Yaksha Rakshasas, Kinnaras Kimpurushas, Siddhacharana Vidyadharas, Gandharvas Apsaras, and then Sadhyas and Pitrus. All these people stay in the Bhuvarloka. And each and every resident stay in a abode which in Sanskrit it is called as Tara. In English we call it as star. Every star that we see in the night, they are the residents of Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka. All the stars that we see in the night time, they are nothing but the abodes or homes of Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka residents. Here we may have a place in apartment or independent bungalow, but the Devatas have a star for themselves. And what does the star look like? All of you must have heard, I'm sorry to tell must, but you might have heard sometime. Kardama Muni, in order to please his wife Devahuti, he created a aerial mansion, a Vimana, which can fly in the ether wherever according to the desire of the person. That is how the stars are designed. A star will have every amenity one can think of. The dimensions of the stars they vary from half yojana to 100 yojanas. 1 yojana is equal to 13 kilometers. That means at least when a person goes to Sarga, they will be given an aerial mansion whose minimum dimension is 6.5 kilometers. That is yours. You enjoy whatever way you want, as long as your punya allows. That is the minimum size. It can increase bigger and bigger and bigger. So it is like that. As Lord Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Jitva va bokshase mayim, hato va prapyasi swargam. If you win, you enjoy the earth. If you die, enjoy the heaven. What kind of enjoyment? If a person is like Arjuna and all, any warrior, if they die in the battle, they go to Sarga and they'll be given one Tara. Tara is theirs. They can enjoy the way they want. So it is like that. And then we have Bhuloka. In Bhuloka there are two divisions. One is Karma Bhumi and the second one is Bhauma Sarga. Bhauma Sarga is also meant for people who are less pious. Who are more pious, they go to Bhurloka or Sargaloka. Who are less pious, they go to Bhauma Sarga. Bhauma Sarga. And after that is over, everyone will come to Bharata Varsha. Bharata Varsha is the place meant for human beings. And also all other living entities who are needful for the sustenance of human beings. For our sustenance, we need the help of all other species, such as plants, such as birds, such as mammals, such as aquatics, and any other living entity we need. They are all primarily residing in the Bharata Varsha. Other places also they may be there, but they are not much important. But in Bharata Varsha they are required because without their help we can't sustain. खाने के लिए भोजन चाहिए, milk भी चाहिए, and any other thing that we need the help of all these entities. They are all there in the Bharata Varsha. Then if you go downward, here we have 7 lower planetary systems. Out of the 8 superhuman beings, 7 we have mentioned. One is remaining, that is Asuras. Asuras stay in the 7 lower planetary systems. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. All these abodes are mainly meant for Asuras as well as some Nagas. They stay in these 7 lower planetary systems. It is Lord Brahma, with the help of same 24 elements, manufactures the gross body and subtle body of all these variety of living entities. Starting from Asuras who are living in the lower and lower abodes, all the way up to great sages who are living in the topmost 4 planetary systems. So this is Lord Vishnu's creation of unlimited universes and Lord Brahma's creation of 14 planetary systems and the physical bodies of all the living entities who are residing in these 14 planetary systems. So this is what happens in general. I am extremely sorry, due to lack of time I did not explain everything in detail, but a brief summary of what we can discuss within the given time. So if devotees can extend few more minutes, we can take some questions, then we can disperse for morning prasadam. So I'll stop here. Any questions? Yeah. Please someone can share microphone quickly so that we will not waste time. Yes, Prabhuji, you can, in the meantime you can tell. Prabhuji is asking the question whether Brahma came before Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Brahma came after Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. According to Bhagavatam, when the elements are created from the womb of Prakriti, along with the element of 14 Devatas, they made their appearance, but they did not have their physical bodies. Only the Atma Roop mein hai. Okay? But by the will of the Providence, by the will of the Supreme Lord, temporarily they got their physical bodies. With the help of those physical bodies, they offered all the prayers. Those prayers that come in the 3rd canto, chapter 5. They offered prayers, they requested the Lord, please empower us, give us the knowledge, give us the energy, give us the potency, so that we can do your seva. After those prayers, their bodies again dismantled, they disappeared. Now they are still in the Atma form only. Now, then Mahavishnu glanced upon 24 elements, combined them. From the combination there came Brahmandas, and they were floating in the Karana ocean. And Mahavishnu expanded as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, entered into each and every universe as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu glanced upon his own abdomen. From the navel there appeared a beautiful lotus. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expanded himself as Shyodakshaya Vishnu. He entered as Paramatma into that lotus. On top of that lotus, now for the first time in our universe, Brahma appeared. with his physical body. And that Brahma created physical bodies for rest of the devatas. So in that way, inside the universe, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes first, then Brahma takes his birth. So in that way.
But during your class, you said Brahma came
Yes.
before Garbhodakshaya.
Yes, Prabhu. He is there. मतलब आत्मा रूप में है. See, in that sense, Atma is Sanatana. Atma is always there. But Atma assumes a gross body in particular universe according to time place circumstances. That happens later on.
So another question is, why did Garbhodakshaya Vishnu desire to create this universe?
It is not the desire of Karmadakshaya Vishnu. It is our desire. We wanted to enjoy separate from Mahavishnu or separate from the Supreme Lord from Vaikuntha. So, in order to facilitate our separate enjoyment, Mahavishnu creates the material universes. Otherwise, that desire is not fulfilled. Being a kind father is facilitating our independent enjoyment. So, it is like that. Quick, take the microphone.
Thank you, Prabhu. What you are explaining is what we will not understand even by reading for 3 times. So thank you so much. My question was, in the second canto, 5th chapter, it says, from the mode of goodness, mind is generated. Then in 4th canto, 23rd chapter, it says, due to agitation by mode of passion, mind is created. Now, when we see this concept,
That is BBT print mistake. I got that question. Many devotees send me that. It is from the mode of goodness only, mind produced. The 4th canto thing is that is BBT correction required. So that is some correction required. That is not correct. Yes, please.
In this diagram, I am not able to see the earth. I am just able to see all the things. So that you say that Bharatvarsha, in the last you say Bharatvarsha, that Seven Khanda, Aryavarta. So that is only the where
No, we did not get into details. So if you remember, so this upper surface of the lotus leaf is Bhumandala. So in that Bhumandala there are so many divisions. Among the many divisions, there is one division called as Bharatavarsha. Within that Bharatavarsha, there are 9 further divisions. Among the 9 divisions, one is called as Bharatakanda. That Bharatakanda is our earth globe. So that is Bharatakanda. So generally we may get an idea that Bharatavarsha means India. So Himalaya, Kashmir to Kanyakumari is Bharatavarsha, not like that. According to Shastra, Bharatavarsha is a bigger entity. In that Bharatavarsha, there are 9 divisions. One of them is called Bharatakanda. That Bharatakanda itself is our entire earth globe. Okay? Earth globe is Bharatakanda. The spherical shaped earth globe is Bharatakanda. Adjacent to that, there are 8 more divisions. The entire thing is called as Bharatavarsha. And Bharatavarsha is part of Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa is part of the Bhumandala, which consists of 7 dvipas, 7 oceans, and the big thing. Next time when I come, we will discuss. You need to give more time to discuss all these things. Just 1 hour we can't discuss everything. Yeah.
Thank you very much. This what you said from goodness, model goodness, 10 sense devatas came. So just take one example. So the Indra who came at that time is not the same Indra as the one whom we hear about in 4th canto, all that.
No, it is not same. What we have discussed, everything happened at the beginning of Brahma's birth. The Prakrita Srishti, it took place before the birth of Brahma. And currently Brahma is 50 years old. Brahma is 50 years old, not our 50 years old. His 100 years is 311 trillion years. Usme aadha 156 or whatever, that many trillion years back it happened. So first of all, first time when Lord created the universe, Lord comes with his eternal associates. Because when you start a new business, you cannot start with a unknown people. You always start with your family members or close friends. So they come and they train the people who are here and they go back. So other devatas, they all go back. Only 3 people will stay back here. One is Brahma, second one is Rudra, third one is Vayu. Only 3 will remain here. And the remaining devatas, after training the local people, they go back. And the local people will train the new people and they will go back. After every one Manvantara, the devatas will change. They only have the tenure for one Manvantara. They will keep changing. Like that, कितना मनवंतर चेंज हो गया अभी तक पता नहीं. जल्दी माइक. No. There is only one Brahma only, but Brahma is Jiva Tattva as well as is Guna Avatar of the Supreme Lord. As a Gunavatara, he has special duties. As a Jiva also he has special duties. So in that way.
So, what is the difference? So you are mentioning about buddhi mode and chitta mode.
Ah.
So, like, how do we differentiate from it? We are like Sarga buddhi. So how do we know like we are in chitta mode or buddhi mode?
See, simple. If our consciousness is so materialistic, so our buddhi is active. If our consciousness is spiritualistic, our chitta is also active. So basically, as I informed here, just to give you an idea that buddhi is an object in the three modes. It can only help you understand anything which is within three modes. With the help of buddhi, we can never ever understand the transcendental subject matter. The transcendental subject matter we can only understand only with the help of chitta. The chitta, as of now, it is in a less powerful state, or weak state, or dormant state. We need to awaken that. With the help of that, we can appreciate the spiritual subject matter. So, the point why I stated about that today here is the entire bhakti is all about strengthening our chittana, spiritualizing our chetana. As of now, because our chetana has become subservient of ahankara, our chetana has become so materialistic. We only think about how I can get more and more material enjoyment. We means in general, any living entity in general. But only those few people who make an endeavor to restrict our material tendencies and spiritualize our chetana and grow further and further spiritual in spiritual point of view. So in that way. Still the buddhi is there. Then buddhi, even though it is giving the knowledge about material subject matter, but that is governed by chitta. See, it is simple. The food that is there in the restaurant outside, the same, the ingredients that are there in our temple, both are external point of view, it is matter only. But there is lot of difference in the consciousness. Here, the devotees are preparing everything for the pleasure of the Lord, and afterwards we accept it as Mahaprasad, as Lord's mercy. But outside, there is no concept of Lord. Everything is meant for me only. There the buddhi is active, here chetana is active. So like that. Chetana tells, Lord is first, you are next. Buddhi tells, you are first, bhul jao bhagwan ko. So like that. But when buddhi becomes purified, then buddhi follows each and every dictate of chetana. If buddhi is not purified, as if chetana is not purified, buddhi will dictate chetana. आप चुप हो जाओ, बोलो मत ज़्यादा, चुप हो जाओ, अब बोलेगा तो मारूंगा. So like that, something like that. Yes, yes.
Harish, according to modern science, world is made up of 92 elements. But 92 elements.
Only 92? Your periodic table is increasing every year.
So Vedic was this subject is that it is made up of 5 gross elements like water. So water is also boiled down to this 92 elements. How we can understand?
No. In their elements, only 3 states are there: solid, liquid, and gaseous states. They can't go beyond that. But our understanding is not 5 elements, sir. 25 elements, 28 elements total, all the way up to Paramatma. The world is made up of 28 elements, according to Bhagavad Sankhya. See, it's basically, that's what I'm saying, na. The modern science can only understand matter. It cannot go beyond matter. So the matter is further designated into all these elements which we can see in the periodic table. So in that way. So but Bhagavatam understanding is, it explains everything based on the function. Our whole body means all our functions are in relation to 14 senses. Everything that we do is in relation to the 14 kind of activities. So because of that, Bhagavatam only talks about these 14 senses only always. Throughout the Bhagavatam there is discussion about these 14 activities, nothing more than that. But in the material world, the modern science, it further boils down to do, they further divide the matter into so many nitty-gritties. They go to Paramanu and then neutron, proton, quasitron and positron and all these things. So they only try to analyze the matter. But we as the human beings, we need to analyze the spirit more than the matter. What do you gain at the end by analyzing the matter? You only get the matter. If you analyze the spirit, you will get the spirit. So better analyze the spirit. So like that.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
When Mahaprabhu says, Bharata Bhumi Tabela Manishanamaya,
Mm.
is he referring to tract of India or whole planet Earth?
See, it all depends. If you take Bharata to be Bharata Varsha, it is the entire Bharata Varsha. If you take Bharata Khanda, it is the entire Bharata Khanda. So it's up to the consideration. In the past, people would say that Bharata Varsha, Bharata Khanda and all. But now we are so limited, we are so restricted. We always say that me and mine, me and mine. The more it increases, we restrict ourselves. The more it becomes compassionate expanding, we can include everything. For example, Yudhishthira Maharaj ruling over the entire Jambudvipa. All the great kings such as Lord Rama and Kartavira Arjuna, Puru, etc., they were ruling over the entire Bhumandala. So for them, that is the entire place of activity. And for us, we can't have capacity to tackle that big. So we have made it so limited. So it does not matter. Don't worry about that analysis. You are human being. It is the dharma of human being to act for our own well-being and help others for their well-being. So in that.
Well, you spoke about that interface between the Atma and
Paramatma, Atma and subtle body through chitta.
chitta. Usually in Bhagavatam we hear in third canto and last canto that the cause of material existence is a false ego. So what is exactly the difference between chitta and
Not cause of material existence. Cause of perpetuating our material identity is ahankara. As long as chitta is inactive, we continue in this material world, transmigrating from one body to other body, etc. I did not get into details, but there is next secondary creation is all by Brahmana. The definition of secondary creation is the manifestation of the material body. But why Lord Brahma is creating our material body? The reason is Buddhindriya Mana Pranan Janana Masrujat Prabhu Matrartam cha Bhavartam cha Atmane Kalpanaya cha. Why Lord Brahma is creating our body consisting of Ahankara, intelligence, man, and then Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, Panchamahabhutas, Pranas, and all these things. Why? Because we had a desire to experience five tanmatras. Whatever enjoyment we are trying to get in this material world is nothing but the combination of five tanmatras. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. There is nothing beyond this. Everything that we experience in the material world is nothing but the combination of these five. As a human being, we are experiencing them from the birth to death. If we are not satisfied, the Atma will go to some other species. Because we want to enjoy more and more, we are not done with this body and we will get into a new body. There we try to enjoy. That is called Bhavartam. Matrartam in one lifespan, Bhavartam is life of life. When we are done with our business, then I want to go back to Godhead. That is Atmane Kalpanayacha. In order to enjoy, we utilize the 23 elements. In order to go back to Godhead, we need to utilize the 23 elements as well as our Chetana also. That is spiritual life. Spiritual life is all about how to make best use of our 24th element Chetana.
Chetana is a material element or is it spiritual element?
Now you tell me, after our discussion.
Like you told, it's a pure sattva, Shuddha sattva.
It is an element of Shuddha Sattva, but it is also one of the 24 elements. It is also part of the material creation.
So it was not existing before the material creation.
Yes.
So usually hear that the shunt is the false ego, like shunt between the Atma and the material body, the false ego we hear usually. But now we are getting a different concept. Chitta is that.
Chitta is not the shunt. Shunt is false ego only. It's not the false ego, it is actually the desire to enjoy. It is that Ichcha which is stopping us in this material world. And that Ichcha is experienced by our identity. Identity is Ahankara. Why you want to enjoy? First of all, tell me. Because I say, I am the human being, I deserve all these things. ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते. Like father says, husband says wife, you should listen to me because I am husband. The father says children, you listen to me because I am father. The boss says subordinate, you should listen to me because I am boss. That is Ahankara. So, why? Jiva comes to material world to experience Ishwaratva. In the spiritual world, there is no Ishwaratva. What is in spiritual world? Only Dasatva. So you are always serving the Lord. अभी एक बार देखना चाहता हूँ वहाँ बैठ के कैसे लगता है. But you can't sit there in the spiritual world. For that you come to material world. Bhagavad Gita chapter 18. Sir, not chapter 16. What was the famous verse? Ishwaroham, Aham Bhogi, Siddhoham, Balavan Sukhi. To experience that we come here. And we are trying to experience in many, many lifetimes. Sometimes as a human being, sometimes as the tiger or lion, the king of the forest. Sometimes as the Devata, king of the heaven. Sometimes as Asura, king of the Bila Sarga. So like that. Different ways and different means. The ultimate reason is ईश्वरोहम. उसको प्राप्त करने के लिए जीवा आते हैं मेटल वर्ल्ड में. Remaining all details. This is the essence. And wait, up. पीछे से कुछ some congregation devotees, anybody wants to talk? You boys have so many questions we can discuss. Anyone? Any devotees? Yeah, last. वहाँ पे प्रभु जी भी. It's please quick.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you said Jnanendriyas are not actually these, but the way, the medium. For Karmendriyas also is it?
Same thing. The hand is there, na? The physical hand which is made up of the flesh, bones. This is part of the gross body. But the ability to perform activities with the hand, I am able to lift this mobile and give it to somebody and take it to somebody. That ability is Karmendriya. People might have hand if they are paralyzed. The gross body hand is working, is there, but the subtle body hand is not working. It's like that.
And Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas are part of subtle body.
Yes, they are part of subtle
When we
body.
leave this body,
They follow along with the soul to a new body, new gross body. That's why we say, na, out of body experience. The subtle body comes out of gross body. The subtle body itself has its own eye, its own hand, its own leg. They are all there, but they are subtle in nature. So in that way. Yeah. Can someone pass the mic to Prabhuji behind?
Hare Krishna. I hope we can have some more time maybe during the day so that people can also, other people also can ask. So I just want to say, you said Ishwaraham Mahabhogi. But this consciousness cannot enter in the Chetana. With Shriya Kanta, Parama Krishna, Kalvataro, Druma, Umishinta, Mani, Ganamani, Bhaimavitam, Kata, Ganam, Natyam, Gamanamami, Vamsi, Priyasaki. How can this enter there, Ishwaraham Mahabhogi? Because that is totally pure atmosphere. Where you don't have this kind of why not I do this? That doesn't exist there. So if I were there, Kata Ganam Natyam Gamanamami Vamsi, where was the advertisement for the material world?
This question is a common question asked by many devotees wherever I go. This question is always asked. One devotee definitely will ask, how come Jiva comes to the material world leaving behind the spiritual world?
No, I'm saying I'm more interested in Kata Ganam Natyam Gamanamami there because the time also doesn't exist.
Okay.
So my experience of material world is conditioned by time. But there it is not there. So there is no birth, old age, this is death.
Yes.
Why I will make a poor choice? I have the best intelligence, I have the best Chaitanya, I have the best everything. Why I will make a wrong choice?
I don't know. But we can only infer, we can only give a inference. I always tell this one story because some of the Grosas are here, Matais are here, they can actually connect to it. We all study, sometimes we hear Bruhat Bhagavatamrita, the story of Gopakumara, going back to spiritual world. So now, that is the premise for our story. So one Jiva, Gopakumara, been to spiritual world. So in the spiritual world, when he comes, everyone very happily receives him. After receiving the Gopakumara, they obviously will sit. Say, बहुत दिन से आप बहुत दूर चले गए. I mean, for many days you have been at a far distant place. Where all you travelled? What all you saw? They ask, obviously it's natural. any of our friends or devotees, they go on pilgrimage, when they come back, we inquire where all you went, what all you saw, whom all you met, etc. etc. And this person is talking about his entire journey in the material world. He talked about so many adventurous things, so many this, that, so many different things. And the entire assembly is hearing. In that assembly, one innocent person, unfortunately, by the will of the providence, hey, ऐसा क्या? ऐसा क्या? ऐसा क्या? मुझे भी एक बार जाके देखना चाहिए. I also let me go and pay a visit to it. So he goes to the Lord. So my Lord, our dear friend just now came from a foreign place. I also want to make a visit. Lord says, don't go. It is not a place good for you. He says, no, I just want to go and see. As of now, there is no desire that Ishvara Mamboki is not there. That we may say philosophically, but out of curiosity, the Jiva wanted to pay a visit to material world. Lord says no. Here one more story. Just like mother goes onto the roadside with a small child, especially in the hot summer. By default, the child will see a ice cream dabba wala. Then what the child will say? Mama, ice cream chahiye. Mother says, no, don't eat. Ice cream is not good for you. It will create cold or cough. Your throat infection will come, all these things. The child says, no, I want. The mother says, I told you no. No means no. Don't ask. Then child will not listen. I want. Mother says, keep quiet. Don't say anything. The child will fall on the ground and hitting the legs and hands. He says, I want. Then what is the choice left with mother? To give the ice cream. Otherwise, child will not become calm. And everyone on the roadside looking at mother only. Chota ice cream dene mein kya problem hai? De sakte na. So then the mother says, hey, lo. The child takes the ice cream. The Lord says, jao. Jiva comes to material world. By the way, when Jiva comes to material world, so here I also speak this 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita, taking this analogy. So Lord says, you go to material world, so I will give you some time and I will give you some Lakshmi. So take this Lakshmi and go there, stay in a particular place, and that is enough for you to stay there for one day. From Lord's point of view, one day. So one day के लिए रहने के लिए rent 1000 rupees, खाने के लिए बाकी experiences 1000 rupees, and जाने आने के लिए 1000 rupees. 3000 rupees Lord gave. So we came here, we stayed here. We have only limit for eating 1000 rupees. But there are so many attractive things. Hey, ये भी खा लिया, वो भी खा लिया, वो भी खा लिया, वो भी खा लिया. Bill आ गया 1500 rupees. The hotel वाला छोड़ेगा नहीं आपको. So you need to pay 1500. You only have 1000 rupees. You have one more, some 500 extra, which for to go back. You paid 1000. If you pay 1500, you can't go back. If you don't pay, the hotel wala will not leave you. The hotel wala will tell, do some duties here, pay back, and then go back. Because we ate more, we have to pay more. So Jiva remains here. So in order to pay that, he has to work. In order to work, he has to eat. उसके लिए भी पे करना पड़ेगा. So like that, पे करते 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 भूल गया कहाँ से आ गया. So Jiva remains here in this material world. That is how one is stuck up in this material world. So we need to understand, somehow or other we came here, but we don't belong to this place. We need to go back to that place. The nature of the material world is to give you an idea that you can experience Ishwaratva. But really we cannot experience Ishwaratva in the material world. It is only a utopian idea. And we are making all endeavor to experience Ishwaratva. But Jiva came here out of curiosity, but somehow stuck up here while paying back. So this is a simple thing you try to understand. In the material world, we eat first or we enjoy first, then we pay later. That is the nature of the material world. It will tell that don't worry, you can pay aram se, pehle kalo. That is material world. The spiritual life is all about you pay first, then eat next. For practicing bhakti, we need to struggle very hard. Every day get up early in the morning, take water bath and come to temple, attend Mangalarti and chant, and hear Bhagavatam class and so do so many things and go to yatra, this, that. We don't get anything now. We are paying now. When we pay more, when we get with compound interest. That is unlimited. We can't imagine what we are going to get next. That is the distinct contrast between the material life and spiritual life. In the material life, we take first and pay later. If we don't pay, we have to pay back with interest. वो interest pay करते इधर ही अटक जाते हैं. But our purpose of bhakti is all about, instead of taking, start giving. The more we give, the more we accumulate spiritual credits. And when they come back with compound interest that we can't even imagine. That is unlimited mercy of the Supreme Lord and Guru. So that's how we have to see the distinction. Even though the point I made to convey the philosophical point, but actually when Jiva comes here, it does not come with that mentality. He comes as a curiosity, but he is bound here. And by the way, in the material world nature is to make you Ishvara. So we are fighting for that Ishvaratva. Everyone is fighting for that. So in that way. Hare Krishna. Hey, it's 10 o'clock now. Thank you very much. All of you are very sincere and very eager to understand subject matter. And we need little more time to understand this. This is not like a one-day job or 1 hour job. So we need more time to get into this topic and try to understand the mood with which Srila Sukadeva Goswami explained all these things. So, but anyway, I am very grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki. After the class, you can discuss one-to-one. I am here.
Hare Krishna. Let us express our gratitude to Prabhuji for a wonderful explanation on the creation. It is generally not taken by many devotees. It's quite difficult to understand, but Prabhuji has understood it and he has explained to us. So let us express our gratitude by one time loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Devotees have questions, you can ask everyone, and others can proceed to solve them.
Prabhuji, 1 second.
Can you share the point which is very good?